we've finished all Article 15. We have some things to follow up on next week. Article 16 is as follows. I'll read it and then we can open it up. Okay, Article 16, to see if the town will vote to authorize the Board of Selectmen to petition the General Court for special legislation to amend the charter to transfer custody of property held for playing fields, parks, public lawns, landscaped areas, and the town pool from the Board of Park and Recreation Commission to the Board of Selectmen, and to place general care and management of such property under the Highway Department as set forth below, provided, however, that the General Court make clerical or editorial changes in the form only to the bill unless the Board of Selectmen approves amendments to the bill before enactment of the General Court, and that the Board of Selectmen is authorized to approve amendments which shall be within the scope of the general public objectives of the petition. An act amending the charter of the town of Abington, Section 1. Notwithstanding the provisions of Section 5 and 4 of Chapter 45 of the General Laws, or of any other general or special law to the contrary, the Charter of Abington, Charter of the Town of Abington is hereby amended by deleting the third sentence of Section 3-12 and inserting in place thereof the following: the Highway Department shall have general management of the town playing fields, parks, public lawns, and landscaped areas, and the town pool, and of all property of the town relating thereto in coordination with the town manager. Section 2. As of the effective date of this act, all property held in care, custody, management, and control of the Board of Park and Recreation Commission for town playing fields, parks, public lawns, and landscaped areas, and the town pool shall hereby be transferred to the care, custody, and control of the Board of Selectmen for such process. Section 3. This act shall take effect upon passage. Explanation. Approval of the charter amendment will place the fields, parks, and lawns in the custody of the Board of Selectmen and allow the Highway Department to have general management of such property.
It also, sorry,
If you want to open it for discussion?
open it, yeah,
So Article 6, motion to approve Article 16 for discussion?
for discussion purposes.
Does anyone second?
Second.
Okay, go right ahead.
It doesn't add in, down here in
In the explanation?
the, yeah,
Yeah, the explanation does not cover the pool.
right.
I noticed that's not in there. I'll kind of be almost like abbreviated it. Fields, parks, doesn't say public lawns, it doesn't say landscape areas of the town and the pool. The explanation probably needs to be,
Yeah.
it's shortened and I don't know why, but certainly the article itself, the amendment of the town charter covers all of those things. So it seems as though currently, custody of those, of all those properties and lawns falls under, the, what is it, the board, the commission of, Park and Rec Commission. So it's taking that portion away from the Park and Recreation Commission and putting it under highway. Well, putting it on, highway shall have the general management of those things, but it puts custody of those under the Board of Selectmen. Custody meaning they would have the ability to buy, sell, change, because it falls under them.
One thing that is not mentioned, and it does say so in the section, is it's not just the highway department, but it's in coordination with the town manager as well, because the highway department reports to the town manager. That makes sense.
So in the explanation, again, allows highway department in conjunction with the town manager. The management of such property and stuff. I understand this is, John has spoken many times with regard to his desire to have a DPW, which Department of Public Works, which the town-owned land, ball fields, landscape areas would fall under. My concern here is I don't know if I don't know if the Park and Rec Commission has been advised of this, but or been given opportunity to address it, speak on it. I don't know. I don't know if this is good. I can see where John's going here. I mean, to put highway and field maintenance and we all recall last year, right around this time, there was no money to mow the fields, and maintain the baseball fields or whatever. We've gone through that. So I imagine this is John's, his desire is to put it under highway, who's basically kind of doing that work right now, since we really don't have anybody in Park and Rec. Though we hire two part-time seasonal people twice during the year, one during say the fall and football season, and one from the spring through the summer, as I recall. I think those are what we do. Anyway, to make a long story short, I think this is his step towards both the DPW and putting maintenance of the fields in highway, who's currently doing that. But a little bit of my concern is making sure that the Park and Rec Commission at least has had an opportunity to understand and ask questions about how this impacts them. It's not touching recreation, you'll notice. It's not what it's not doing is it's not getting rid of the commission and what they do for recreation. It's not getting rid of a recreation director, as far as I can tell based on here. It's not getting, it's taking the fields and putting them under the management of Board of Selectmen and maintenance by the highway.
I would like to just hear maybe what, if any, if there is any opposition to it from the commission, or
I agree.
just to see that we're all.
Give everybody else a chance, we might as well give them one.
Absolutely, I didn't, so let's take this up, I mean, if you guys are okay with that, let's take this up again. Next week, again, we're talking to John. I think we've got him on our agenda both Tuesday and Wednesday night, so we can address these things. Steve Wakeland, I think, is still currently on the commission, so I'll make a note that I'll send something to him too, and see if he wants to come in, whichever night. You guys good with that?
Yeah.
Do you want to, we have a motion on the floor, right?
Just withdraw.
Send my
Withdraw.
motion.
We're saying withdraw, whatever?
Withdraw.
Okay, so we're gonna withdraw that, we'll take this up again next week, that's Article 16, good with that? 17, again, we decided to postpone to a later date, even, we reconsidered it again, and then we still felt that way at this point, because we need more information. Okay, Article 18. Okay, Article 18, you might think it's a monetary article, but in fact, we'll talk about what it is. Article 18, to see if the town will vote to rescind $1,126,650 of the authorized but unissued borrowing authority approved by the vote of the town under Article 18 of the warrant at the April 3rd, 2006 annual town meeting, which funds were approved for the construction of 2 water storage tanks and upgrades to the town's water distribution system, which were not needed to complete the project or take other action relative thereto. A positive vote will allow the town to clear up authorized but unissued debt. The construction of the water storage tanks has been substantially completed, and the project was $1,126,650 less than anticipated. So this takes away the approval to further get debt on that. We don't need it, so why keep it on the books? Let's get rid of it. We've never actually borrowed this money.
Motion to approve Article 18.
Second.
For discussion, anyone have any questions or discussion on it? We do this from time to time when we find things come out. Okay, all those in favor of approval of Article 18? Okay, so we recommend approval of that too. Okay, Article 19, again, we talked about, we're gonna, we'll get more information on that, and for right now, we're postponing that beyond the April 2nd town meeting. Article 20. Article 20, let me read it to you first for a second. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate or transfer from available funds the sum of $4,000 to A New Day in lieu of services provided to the sexual assault survivors and their families in the town of Abington. Explanation. A positive vote will authorize a grant of funds to A New Day, formerly Women's Place Crisis Center, with offices in Brockton, Plymouth, and Quincy, as support for programming provided to Abington residents who utilize program services. This is a petition article. I called the petitioner's office today, but it was after 5, so I will call them again tomorrow and ask that if they would like to come in and speak with us.
Isn't this also a
Yep,
financial
no, but-
article, though?
Well, 2 things. One, it's a financial article, And two, it's also been put into the budget. We don't know if the budget will get approved. So it's currently in two places. So I agree, it is a we can't move forward with this because it is a monetary article. We can, and we probably should right now, vote on Article 20 because it's a financial article. Maybe we should vote to not take any action on this going forward. But I wanted to at least not, I think we did probably vote on that last time, but yeah, we did. That's on one of our articles that we were gonna post. I just wanted to bring it to your attention that we do have the petitioner coming in. Whether it results in something that we take action on after April 2nd, or if it ends up in the budget, wherever it is, I think it would be a nice opportunity to have the person in and tell us what the background on this is. You guys good with that? So we've already taken, it's already on our list of things that we are pushing on.
Financial stuff, yeah.
So we don't actually have to take any action or make a motion on this because we already have one standing. So
But
first,
just a comment on it. This article should really pass because from my own experience being in the police station investigating those types of crimes, these women come out and really help the women that are the victims. It's something that even a police officer, a police woman can't help with. These women are trained in the trauma and all that stuff. They stay right with you from the time they go to the hospital to the day they go to court. So I think it should be more money myself, but that's a very, very important article, I think.
and I think, Rick, you even spoke on that last year, when this had been in our, like you were saying, this had been in our budget years before, and it was cut, due to the economic situation we were in. And we were able to put it in last year at your, I mean, it was one of the things, I'm not saying it was you, but you were in a major supporter of it,
No, I
based
mean,
upon your experience with them.
if you could walk in my shoes, so to speak, just through one of those,
Yeah.
you'd feel the same way I would, it's just awful.
Thanks. Anybody else have any, thanks for sharing that. Anything else, any other questions about that? All right, so we're gonna talk to, somebody on that next week. I think I'm hoping to, again, I haven't spoken with her, but I'm hoping to get them in on Wednesday, or Tuesday or Wednesday as well. And I will confirm with you who's on what, because I have to post the meetings tomorrow, the agenda for next week. I'm gonna give them to you, Debbie, tomorrow anyway. I actually have them written up, I just haven't committed them to memory, believe it or not. Believe it or not. All right, so now we've been through all of the articles, both in the special and the annual town meeting. We have some follow-up for next week. Let me see, I'll put that all together. I will be putting together our recommendations as they are required and get them to John, and they have to be to John and on the website and posted in, I think, various locations or whatever, with the town clerk, by Monday, the financial articles, the ones that we're gonna push off. And we have next week to further discuss the other ones, which we have to have recommendations by the 23rd. I don't remember what this was for then. This other exhibit, I don't remember seeing it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it had something to do with the annual town meeting of June 16th, 1997. Oh, this is when we went to a town manager. That's what it is. It is part of the personnel board, this other, exhibit 1. So I think it's just part of that. So it doesn't have the personnel board in it, does it? Which we were looking for. Anyway, so that's what that's all about. All right, so is there anything else anybody want? We don't have any minutes to do because we did them all last night. It is 25 minutes past 9. Anything anybody else wants to bring up? Talk about, okay? All right, then I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Second?
Second.
All those in